We recently spoke with a first-time home buying client about how their home has appreciated in value, but their property taxes have gone up dramatically. So in this week's episode, we're going to talk all about tax assessments.
Welcome to the Homeowner Prep podcast, where every week we educate and encourage aspiring homeowners to help them buy their first home faster. If you aspire to own a home, you're in the right place, so enjoy. Do us a favor and leave a review, a rating, and be sure to subscribe. Now let's get to this week's episode. Hey, real quick before we start, I want to ask you a question. How long are you going to wait before you decide to get started? You want to buy a house and you're earning income, so what's holding you back? Visit our website at homeownerprep.com/start. You can take an online assessment and set up a free 30-minute call, and we're going to put a plan together to help you get from where you are to where you truly want to be. So don't let fear hold you back from buying your first home. All right, now back to the episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Homeowner Prep podcast. I'm your host, Eric Halan. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about a conversation that I had recently with a first-time home buying client, and she was excited that her property value had gone up, but wasn't too excited about her property taxes going up. And so we were having a dialogue back and forth, and we're definitely going to have her and her husband on a future episode just to talk about their experience as first-time home buyers and dive a little deeper into today's topic. But I'm going to cover some of the basics about tax assessments and how it can actually impact your monthly mortgage. Now, most people don't realize this, but your mortgage consists of 4 different parts. It consists of the principal of your loan, the interest that you're paying, the taxes, the property taxes on your home, and of course your insurance. So you have home insurance to protect your asset. So of those 4 different components of your monthly mortgage, 2 of them can change. And I know you hear from agents sometimes talking about how if you own a home versus renting, you can control your home costs and there'll be more fixed costs instead of fluctuating depending on your landlord, which is partially true. I talk about that as well, but there are a couple parts of your mortgage that can go up, and those are the property taxes and the insurance. And we're going to dive into property taxes today. But even with the potential of those costs rising from year to year, they're still going to rise at a much slower pace than your rent would when you renew a lease. And that's why real estate professionals say that you can control those fixed costs. So when it comes to your property taxes potentially going up, that's because of the good news, bad news factor of home appreciation. If your home is rising in value, your neighborhood is rising in value, you think to yourself, this is great. I was told that this is how you can build generational wealth. Everything is great until you get the tax bill. Your property tax assessor is going to look at the home values in your community and your home in particular to see how much your home has appreciated, and they're going to tax you based on that increase. Now, here in California, there is a cap. We did pass a proposition, and there's a cap of 2%, but that depends on you already owning the home and there not being a transfer of ownership. So let's say, like in my client's case, they bought a brand new construction home, so a new development home. So what was quoted to them as property taxes when they initially purchased the property changed dramatically when the property was reassessed for the first year, because that's seen as a change of ownership. It went from land being owned by the developer to an actual physical property being owned by my clients. So there was a change of ownership, so there was no 2% cap on how much the property taxes could go up, and they did go up dramatically. Luckily, my clients are financially stable and they were able to cover those additional costs, but nobody likes to get a surprise bill in the mail. So yes, their property taxes did go up because their home value went up dramatically. The community and their county at large was seeing record numbers. And so they are benefiting, but also kind of taking a hit because of that. So keep that in mind when you do buy a house. The home value and your land value are going to change from year to year. Sometimes it can go up, sometimes it can go down, but that change will have an impact on your property taxes. So your property taxes could go up or they could come down. More often than not, here in California, we see property taxes that do rise, but they may only rise $40 to $50 a month as opposed to hundreds of dollars per month. That generally only happens when you first buy your property and you're hit with a supplemental tax bill to cover that gap. Now, let's say you got a tax assessment and the assessor says that your home is worth more than you think it is. So maybe you think that they overvalue your property. You can challenge your assessment. Every county is different, but typically when you get that new tax bill around the October timeframe, you have up to 60 days to challenge that depending on your county. So you can challenge it, have them reassess, and see if your home is truly worth that value. Like I mentioned before, it's not fun to get a surprise tax bill or to have to pay more in property taxes every month, but your home has appreciated, and at the end of the day, you want that asset to keep appreciating at a record number. Again, those property taxes that go up, they're not going to rise as quickly as your rents would. So you're still in a better position as a homeowner than you would be as a renter. If you have any additional questions about property taxes or assessments, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to us. That's what we're here for. We can answer those questions for you. If you're ready to buy a home, you've been thinking about buying a home and ready to take that first step, feel free to reach out to us. Visit our website at homeownerprep.com/start. There you can take an online assessment just to see how close you are. And if you're truly ready to go, we can connect you with a real estate agent or a loan professional in your area. If you have a direct question for a unique situation, the easiest way to get those answers is going to be through our social media channels. We tend to get the majority of our questions on our Instagram account at Homeowner Prep. So feel free to reach out. I hope you got some value from today's episode. I look forward to having our clients come on and talk about their unique situation and how they handle their taxes going up. And I look forward to providing you with some more great content on the next episode of Homeowner Prep. Until then, be blessed.
If you've enjoyed this show and got some great value from it, please be sure to rate and review. And if you're checking it out on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe. That really does help us to continue the show and bring in some great guests to help you on your home buying journey.